Long, long ago, when the world was still young and animals still spoke the language of men, there lived a spider named Kwaku Anansi. Now Anansi was not big. He was not strong. He had 8 thin legs, a round belly, and eyes that missed nothing. What he did have was a mind that never stopped turning, like a pot of palm oil over hot fire. And in those days, Anansi had one problem that chewed at him day and night. People were getting too wise. Children were answering back to their elders. Wives were outsmarting husbands. Even the tortoise had started giving advice. Anansi pulled at his little beard. If everyone is wise, he said, then who will come to me for answers? Who will bring me gifts when they are confused? Wisdom should live in one place. And that place should be my house. So Anansi tied his cloth, picked up his walking stick, and set off to see Nyame, the sky god. Nyame lived high above the clouds, where the air was thin and the stars were his chickens. Nobody went to Nyame unless the matter was serious. When Anansi arrived, breathing hard from the climb, Nyame was counting rain clouds. Anansi, Nyame rumbled, you are always cooking some mischief. What do you want? Father Nyame, Anansi said, pressing his forehead to the ground, the world below is noisy. Everyone is talking at once because everyone thinks they are wise. It is confusion. Give me all the wisdom in the world. I will keep it safe in one pot. Then, when people need it, they will come to me politely, and I will share it piece by piece. Nyame stroked his beard of thunder. He knew Anansi. But he also knew that sometimes the worst ideas teach the best lessons. Very well, Nyame said. He clapped his hands once. From every corner of the world, wisdom came flying, like fireflies at dusk. The cleverness of grandmothers. The patience of farmers. The memory of elephants. The cunning of leopards. The courage of tiny ants. All of it swirled through the sky and poured into a huge clay pot, sealed with a stopper of gold. Nyame handed it to Anansi. Keep it safe, Nyame warned. Wisdom is heavy. Anansi nearly dropped it. The pot was heavier than yams, heavier than guilt. But he grinned. Thank you, Father. You will see, the world will be more orderly now. He climbed down from the sky, the pot strapped to his back. But the moment his feet touched earth, trouble started. His neighbor goat saw him. Anansi, what's in the pot? Wisdom, Anansi said proudly. Give me small for my children's school fees. Anansi pulled the pot tighter. Not today. His wife Aso saw him next. Husband, what are you carrying? The wisdom of the world. Then tell me why you still forget to bring home firewood. Anansi coughed and walked faster. By the time he reached his house, half the village was following him. Anansi, share small. Just 1 spoon. We have a dispute. Anansi slammed his door. No. If I share it here, people will finish it in 1 market day. Then I will be nobody again. He paced. I know, I will hide it at the top of the tallest silk cotton tree in the forest. No one climbs there except eagles. When I need wisdom, I will climb up, take a pinch, and climb down. I will be the only one. So that night, when the moon was a thin nail in the sky, Anansi tied the pot with a rope. He put the rope around his waist so the pot hung in front of his belly. Then he went to the forest. The silk cotton tree was huge. Its roots were like houses. Its trunk was wider than 5 men. Anansi spat on his hands and began to climb. But the pot was in the way. Every time he grabbed the tree, the pot knocked against the bark. Kpom! Kpom! He would lift one leg, and the pot would swing and hit his knee. He tried for an hour. Sweat poured into his eyes. From below, a small voice called, Father. Anansi looked down. It was his son, Ntikuma. The boy had followed him. Ntikuma, go home. This is men's business. But father, what are you doing? I am hiding all the wisdom in the world at the top of this tree. Ntikuma tilted his head. If you really had all the wisdom, wouldn't you know to tie the pot to your back instead of your stomach? Then your hands and legs would be free. For a moment, the forest was silent. Even the crickets stopped. Anansi's mouth opened. Then it closed. Then his face burned hot like pepper. "Hey! This small boy! You think you are wise?" In his anger, Anansi's hand slipped. The rope jerked. The pot tumbled from his belly, fell, and hit a rock. Pa! The golden stopper flew off. The clay shattered into 100 pieces. And all the wisdom inside, whoosh, burst out like a great wind. It scattered into the rivers, into the trees, onto the backs of market women, into the heads of children, into the dreams of old men. Some landed on lions, some on ants, some even on Tikuma. Anansi scrambled down the tree, shouting, "Come back! Come back!" He tried to scoop wisdom out of the air, but it slipped through his fingers like water. When the dust settled, Anansi sat among the broken pot pieces. He looked at his son. Tikuma was drawing pictures in the dirt with a stick, pictures Anansi had never taught him. Anansi sighed, and then, slowly, he laughed. So, Nyame was right. Wisdom is heavy. Too heavy for one man. Too heavy even for a spider. From that day, wisdom never lived in one place again. That's why you find a little in every village, a little in every person. Sometimes it's in the chief, sometimes it's in the child. And if you ever see Anansi, you'll notice he still climbs trees. But now, he listens first before he speaks. And that is why, whenever an elder says something foolish and a child corrects him, the old people nod and say, "Ah, Anansi's pot broke near this one's house."